Hey, what is up guys? It is your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be going over 7 builds you should be trying in 7.29. I've been playing a lot of pubs, and frankly, way too many pubs. I think I played, I don't know, something stupid, like 10 games yesterday. It was way too much Dota, frankly an unhealthy amount. But I've managed to see a lot of new builds, a lot of stuff you can try out in your games, and so let's get into it. Alright, and before we get into the video, guys, I have an announcement, and no, it's not just the GameLeap website, okay? So quickly, stay tuned, stay with me. So we're doing something special. Yes, it does somewhat pertain to the GameLeap website, but it's very special. Number one, there's two things. Number one, it is a 50% sale going on right now. All you gotta do to get the 50% off, literally half, is use code SPRING when checking out, so go do that. But most importantly, when you sign up, okay? When you sign up, one of you will win a coaching session with me. Literally a full coaching session, an hour coaching session, free of charge, completely free. You will just win a coaching session, which is an $100 value for signing up. The annual subscription, 50% off, is literally like 20-something dollars. It's like 20 bucks, okay? You can make that in an hour for a lot of people, 2 hours, okay? And then you have a chance to get a free coaching session, which is really fun. I do a lot of private coaching. I'm very competent at it. It's a great time. It helps you go up in rank, and so I highly recommend you enter this right now. It's a great time to join, and yeah. So click the link down below right now. It's the best time than ever to do it. If you haven't signed up and you've been on the fence, do it now. It is literally going to be your best opportunity probably for the next year to sign up. So get in right now. All right, so starting off at number 1 is PUDGE. Yes, PUDGE. I actually think that this hero, as an offlaner, is quite strong. Now, I recommend if you pick PUDGE in the offlane, you pick it with something like a Willow or a Skywrath, something that can harass in the lane to set up kills for the PUDGE. You want a ranged hero that can basically trade and chip people down so that PUDGE can hopefully, commit on those kills later on, or at least not get gone on by full HP heroes, because the key to PUDGE that I've realized is that, the hero, number one, it needs to initiate the fight in the lane, right? It wants to start the lane, it wants to start the fight with like a hook into a nuke, right? So they get half HP and they feel uncomfortable manning up. And then on top of that, you need to make sure you're buying stat efficient early game items. And that's why I like this hero as an offlaner. Couple things to note as well, they gave him an armor, they made hook cooldown less at level 1, I believe 4 seconds from 22 to 18, and so all in all, this hero is a better offlaner. On top of that, you have 2 good options for items. Number 1, I think Hood is in a great place right now, 1450 gold for great stats. That's awesome. After that, I actually think Vanguard is pretty decent on the hero. It makes you very tanky. That item was buffed as well with the, reduced cost of Vitality Booster. And then after that, the couple things you want to do is you want to go into an Axe. Then after Axe, I recommend going Hood into Axe. That's personally what I found works quite well. Just Hood into straight Axe. You can also go Hood into like Sange into Axe. That's not bad as well. But after you get the Axe, I recommend going Sange. After the Sange, you can pick up Eternal Shroud. After Eternal Shroud, upgrade into Sange and Kaya for the spell lifesteal amplification. And then after that, you have plenty of options. You can buy your Shard, a Bloodstone, a Heart, a BKB, a Shivas. You kind of just at that point address what you're bad against. If they have physical, go Shivas or Ghost or Blade Mail. If they're magical, you could buy a BKB or even harder commit to the spell lifesteal and buy a Bloodstone. And yeah, it's really, really fun. I think this hero is actually quite decent, if not good. And yeah, and I'm really excited for you guys to try it. Coming in at number 2, we have Bounty Hunter's Shard. So in particular, you're probably going to be playing this as a 4, but I've also had friends say that this might be a decent position 1 hero. Now, the big thing to note is that when you're playing Bounty Hunter, the Shard is just a must-buy. It's a must-buy for a couple reasons. Number 1, when you buy it, you have 40% damage reduction while in Invis. I don't know why that's the case. It seems ridiculous that that is the case, and yet it's the case. 40% less damage. Now, you can't actually rush the items, so what should you buy? Fluffy hats. I think you can buy a Orb of Corrosion or a Falcon Blade for starting items just for HP. I think you need to buy a wand, range hops are good, and then into a hood. Like, just become tanky, buy the Shard that gives you more damage reduction, like 40% for some reason, run around and get gone on. Make the enemy team cast spells on you, right? On top of that, you stun people out of Janata, right? So you stun them, with your invis, then you go invis again, so you stun them again, and so you have 2 seconds of stun with the shuriken, and you don't take any damage when you're in Shadow Walk, right? It is incredibly valuable. I think a lot of people are going to be experimenting with this hero, and then frankly, after your hood, I recommend you go Solar Crest. I actually think this item is quite broken. I mean, it's insane, it's so broken. It's like 2,600 gold for 65 attack speed, like 6 armor, and a ton of movement speed on your carry. It's ridiculous. Next up on the list is the highest win rate hero on all of Dota buff. If you don't know what it is, it's HUSKAR. Yeah, HUSKAR. The recent buffs that he got was his Burning Spear now cost 1% less from 4 to 3 of his max HP. His Shard got buffed, but most importantly, the items that he buys got buffed. Armlet got buffed. Armlet was always in a good spot in my opinion, and now it got buffed, right, by a little bit. Halberd got buffed. Talisman of Evasion is a cheaper item. And so yeah, I just think the hero's better. On top of that, my friend also thinks you can buy Dragonlance, you know, so you could keep that in mind as well. That's also a buffed item. And then the heroes I recommend you pick it with, I think Abaddon and Oracle, in my opinion, are the top 2 heroes to pick HUSKAR with. Moving on, we have MORPHLING, which is a hero I think overall got buffed. The fact that your shift rate at level 1 is now 3 instead of 1, you're a different hero. I'm sure if you guys watch my video, you know I say, MORPHLING, wait for the level 3 spike, wait for the level 3 spike, wait for the level 3 spike. He has that at level 1 now. Now it does cost mana, but frankly, they bettered the mana cost of Waveform and your W, and of course you can buy mana items. I think there's a lot of options. Stick, Raindrops, Clarity. I think Falcon Blade could be decent. That's a bit theory crafty, but you know, I think it's okay. Yules is a common item that people are buying. All these items are good. And then the next 2 items I recommend you buying is Dragonlance into Manta. Dragonlance is a buffed item, and Manta Style is a buffed item for ranged heroes, as now when you use the active, it is a 30-second cooldown. In the past, for ranged heroes, the active of Manta was a 45-second cooldown for only ranged heroes. A lot of people don't know that, but it is the case. And so for MORPHLING, that was quite annoying. He wouldn't have it up as often for split pushing, farming, and purging stuff. Next up on the list, we have SVEN. Oh my, dude, I don't know. There's something about SVEN that's just fun. I love this hero. But yeah, I think he's back. I think SVEN's solid. They buffed his ulti. It's 20% more damage at max. What else did they buff? Did they buff anything else? Nonetheless, what you're going to buy on SVEN is I recommend going Mask of Madness, especially if your lane is hard. Don't go boots or anything like that. Just straight up rush the Mask of Madness. You could buy a wand. If your lane really calls for it, maybe you're against the Razor, you can rush boots, something like that. But for the most part, your goal here should be to get Mask of Madness as soon as humanly possible. Basically, SVEN, he's not that good of a laner. I mean, he's okay. You know, sometimes if he has a Lich or a CM or a Grimstroke, yeah, he could put some pressure. He can do pretty well. The hero is definitely solid as a laner, but there's a lot of counter matchups, right? I recently had to play against a Viper. It was absolutely miserable, but because I didn't, you know, spend too much gold into something like boots or treads or anything like that, I picked up a very early Mask of Madness and was able to jungle very efficiently. Keep in mind as well, with level 6 and a Mask of Madness, you can clear ancient stacks. Yes, all you need is 6 in a Mask of Madness, and you easily clear ancient stacks, right? And so it's very valuable for your team to stack as well. Now, why is SVEN better besides the fact that I just told you? He got a talent change at level 15. Now he has the option to take greater cleave damage, which is an interesting one. It literally makes your cleave do more damage than your right click, which is kind of funny. But obviously you can imagine it's very good against PL. Played it against a PL, his illusions absolutely disappeared. They were no more. On top of that, Echo Saber was buffed, which is a common SVEN item. On top of that, Armlet was buffed, as I said before, and I think if you want to go with that on SVEN, you can. But the most reliable build, in my opinion, is Mask of Madness into Phase Boots, into Echo Saber, into BKB. That is very reliable. Next up, this build is great. This hero's great! Next up, we have Prophet. Yes, his Treants got nerfed at level 1. Yes, Teleport is a 15-second cooldown at level 1. I don't know who decided that at Valve, but hey, you know, someone send me their address. I just want to have, you know, a nice little chat with them. I just want to say, hey, why would you do that? Why would you nerf this hero at level 1? Remember the days, guys, when Treants did 37 damage each at level 1? Those were the days. Frankly, I don't know how Prophet wasn't picked every single game. I don't know how you could get a single last hit against that stuff. Because now, they do less than half. Less than half of what they used to. But yeah, look at the left side of his talent tree, alright? I'm not even looking at it right now, but I can tell you what it is from my memorization. Here we go. Level 1, the new and improved buffed Wrath of Nature damage thingy, plus 30 base damage on Wrath of Nature. Boom, you take that. Then you take plus 5 summon treants at 15. Then you take cooldown reduction for more treants and more teleporting and more Wrath of Natures to split push and sprout for your greater treants. And then finally, you take at level 25, which is where things get nutty, the 2.5 times treant damage talent. Man, you should have seen the 2 times treant damage talent, which was last patch, go to work on towers. I can only imagine with 0.5, which is 50% more damage and health on the treants, how fast they're gonna rat. Buy drums, buy an AC, buy shard, get to level 25, which is not that hard on profit, and then split push. The towers disappear. It's really, really fun. And finally, last but not least, is Doxia. His shard got buffed, which maybe is an option, but honestly, I just think the hero got buffed. Like, I recommend giving it a shot. His shell's back to 30 damage, which, you know, is good. Vacuum's valuable. It's a good spell. Surge is fine. It's ultimate's strong, so, yeah, I think that's going to be all, guys. If you have any builds you want to suggest to the community, let us know. Put them in the comment section down below. Tell the boys, hey, I've been playing Lycan and I'm absolutely feeding, but I think it has a chance to be good. This Helm of the Dominator 2 item, sure, for a while, not a single person bought it, but I think it's got potential. All right, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, go get your GameLeap sub. You don't have a lifetime sub. I actually have 8 right now. I have 8. I'm getting close to my 9th. I almost saved up enough money to buy a 9th GameLeap sub, so we're on our way there. Road to 9 subs, and I'll let you guys know when I get there. So I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.